Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Tyler Talks Travel Trailers, and we are back with a really nice little floor plan for two. I've been showing you some pretty nice units the last couple days. I showed you an E-Pro that was a couples coach. It did have an east-west facing bed, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you one with a north-south bed because that's important to people. If you're not aware of Flagstaff E-Pro, it is top-notch, high quality from top to bottom. The build quality is amazing, tons of features, and if you are not new to the channel, you know that this is one of my favorite brands, so I enjoy touring these. This is going to be a 2025 Flagstaff E-Pro 20 FBS. So it's not super big. You could tow this with like a Tacoma SUV, things like that. So a really nice option. Like always, we're going to do the specs first. It takes me 1 minute to do those specs, and then we'll dive inside. Let's go, guys. So the basic specs on this 2025 Flagstaff E-Pro 20 FBS. Your unloaded vehicle weight is 3,545 pounds. Your cargo carrying capacity is 853 pounds, which brings your potential fully loaded weight to 4,398 pounds. Your hitch weight is 398 pounds. Your exterior length is 21 feet 2 inches total. Your exterior height is 10 feet, including the AC. Your exterior width is 7.6 feet. Your tanks, your freshwater tank is 31 gallons, your gray water tank is 27 gallons, and your black tank is 27 gallons. Your awning size is 14 feet. Let's jump inside. All right, ladies and germs, now that we got the specs done, let's jump inside of this thing. We'll do the outside after. If you're new to the channel, I usually go inside first because I think that's what most people like to see. Such a nice floor plan. If you didn't catch the last tour I did, or the one before my last tour, I did the front kitchen. Really nice floor plan. You got to see it. So, like I said, 7.6 feet wide, so it is shorter than your standard 8-foot box. There's some pros to that. You know, when you're driving down the road, your mirrors are going to be able to see around your trailer a lot more. But they do give you a slide out in this particular floor plan. You can see where it is right there because it's framed out. So the couch is in the slide. It's not a super heavy slide, and it's lightweight, and it's not super big either. So you could see that's the slide right there. It'll come to right about there. So just adds a lot of extra floor space in this area when you're kicking back, hanging out. Plenty of room to get by, so if the significant other is cooking and you need to use the restroom, that slide just adds a lot of extra space so you can get by without, you know, having to swap places. So I think the slide is a must in the 7.6 foot wide box, just to give you enough room to make yourselves comfortable and both of you hanging out in here. The main thing that people love about this floor plan is that north-south bed versus the east-west. It's not a big deal to me, so that front kitchen one that I told you about, that one has the east-west bed. The difference on the other front kitchen and this is actually a full-size mattress, so it is going to be shorter. So you might be getting the north-south bed, but on the front kitchen you're getting a full-size queen, whereas this one will be a full. It's still really roomy, and what's nice about getting that full-size bed inside of this trailer is that you can actually get out of bed from both sides, so it makes it really easy to get in and out. You're not having to crawl over each other, so there is some pros to having the bed just be a little bit narrower than having like the queen size bed. You just kind of got more space on the side to get in and out. A lot of people, that's important to them, so not only is it a north-south bed, but you have plenty of room to actually walk by right here. As you could see, you have storage up above, so these are the same on both sides. So you got a wardrobe and then a little storage up there above for whatever you need to bring along. They do give you some nice nightstands right here on both sides, which I think is super handy if you're someone that has a CPAP machine. You got plugs on both sides, as you can see, so you can utilize this space however you need. CPAP machines, a lot of people need them because you can't get a good night's sleep without them. So having that nightstand right there to place it, I think is great. And then you have a little extra area right here as well. So I would imagine that's plenty of room. Both sides have USB and USB-C plugs, so you don't have to take the plugs out, use the plugs just for charging your phone. You can actually utilize those and have your your normal plugs freed up. As you can see, it does have the front windshield. Really nice to let in some natural light. It kind of opens this place up once you pull that shade up. They do make covers for them, so do not be concerned about them chipping or cracking, a rock flying up. I've had two in my 7 years. I've seen two crack, but they make these magnetic covers that stick on. I think that would be smart to get if you were buying one with the windshield, but I would personally want the windshield. It's really nice. You do get storage underneath right here. So nice little extra storage space for clothes or whatever you need to bring along. Pay attention to this. So this is aluminum framed underneath the bed. I'm going to talk about why that's important when we go outside. But remember, this is all aluminum. You got treated wood. It's not particle board. Cheap quality. It's great quality. You have some drawers down here. Not super deep, but definitely at least they utilized the space and gave you a little extra storage where other companies might not add a drawer. You got windows on both sides as well. This will be your emergency exit, as you can see. You got the nice roller shades, the blackouts. So if you're a vampire like me, you can definitely make this area, this place dark. And look at this, hear this. That's a nice valance. So it's a metal valance. It stays really clean. You could just wipe these off versus the fabric. I would much rather prefer these metal valances over the fabric material. Like I said, this is a couch, obviously, on the slide. This particular couch will turn into a bed, and it is 6 feet long. So it will fit an adult. You got some cup holders right here. Bam! You got 2 cup holders there, and then 2 on both sides. So plenty of cup holders right there on that couch. And then also, like I said, it will fit an adult. And then it has the table right here as, you know, instead of the dinette, you have like a TV tray style table right there. It will come out. So if you do want to make that bed, the couch into a bed, you just got to untwist that little clamp right there, and then you can pull the whole table out. The table is 30 by 15. So it doesn't obviously go across the whole couch, but you know, you could get some TV trays and stuff. I personally would like the couch over the dinette just because when I'm done hiking or fishing or something, I kind of want to kick back and be comfy on a couch. Over here, you got some more storage up above. Pretty nice. Goes back pretty far. It's kind of hard to tell. I do want to point out, all of your cabinetry is real wood. So you can see the wood grain right there. Hidden hinges. So it just looks nice and sleek. One thing that Flagstaff does that the competition does not do, I guarantee you it's a majority of them. When they hang these cabinets, they actually put an aluminum sheet behind it, and then that's how they hang the cabinets. Flagstaff actually uses galvanized steel to hang their cabinetry. So those things are secure. They're fastened on there. They're also screwed together versus stapled. I know it's kind of surprising, but a lot of companies, they use a ton of staples when they're building these trailers. So it's screwed together, and you got that galvanized steel behind the cabinetry. I actually had a customer that flipped their trailer. I think it was the wind like rolled it. They showed me pictures, and the cabinetry was still on the wall. So just built really well, high quality. Over here, you got the kitchen area. The kitchen doesn't have a whole ton of prep space. So like I said, in the front kitchen, the one that I showed a couple days ago, it has a ton of counter space and prep space. So the kitchen prep space is a little smaller in here, and the sink is going to be the same size, but decent sized sink. You can actually fit a plate in there, stainless steel. You also got a metal faucet, and then you got your stove top. This serves as a prep space as well. So once this is down, if you're not cooking on it, you have a little added counter space. This just folds back. You got your 3 top burner. It's got the igniter, so you don't need a lighter or match. And then you got your knife holder back here where those little grooves are. Just kind of give give you an idea of the size of space you got. And then you got some sponge. I got a sponge holder right here, little drawer for your utensils. There is pros and cons to every single trailer. Like on this one, you get really good outside storage. On the front kitchen, it's a little more limited, but you get tons of counter space. So it depends on the type of person that's buying it. If you're someone that loves to cook, that front kitchen is amazing. You guys definitely need to check that video out. You got your oven down here, and you can adjust this to different heights to accommodate whatever you're trying to cook. You got some more storage down here. That's just the battery box cover, but that's pretty decent. Up above, you got another cabinet right there. Really love. So this is 10 feet tall on the exterior, so the inside is a little shorter, you know, than the microlights or definitely the classics. So if you want a little more height in the inside, you might have to bump up to the Flagstaff microlight. But what I love about Flagstaff is they give you that vaulted ceiling, so it doesn't feel bad in here at all. And you got that low profile AC where it's not protruding from the roof super bad. You'd feel comfortable in here. I can't remember the exact height, but the vaulted ceiling helps make it feel a little more roomy in here, as well as like when it rains or snows or anything like that, you don't have water pooling on top of the roof versus the flat roof. As we keep moving around, obviously you got your light fan combo, and if you noticed, all of your appliances are name brand. You got Magic Chef for your light fan combo. You got Magic Chef for your stove and oven. And then you got Magic Chef for your microwave, pretty standard. This one is not a convection because you do get an oven in this. You get the convection in the FDS model. And then we come to your fridge. You got yourself a Magic Chef fridge as well, and this is the 12-volt fridge. So it cools way faster. Just plug this in and it is freezing. And then you got your separate freezer, separate fridge. So this is going to be 6 cubic feet. I think the microlights, they're going up to, it's either 8 or 10. So the fridges are just a little smaller in these E-Pros. I'll pause right there just so you can see some of the features, but I usually touch on everything. Like I said, I'm the most in-depth tour person on YouTube, so I try to give you as much information as I can without trying to waste your time. Over here, you have the switch. Where did they put that? It's hiding. So, oh, there it is. So this is really handy. So you actually have a switch just right here for your fridge. Because it is 12 volt, it's nice to know that that thing is shut off and when you're not using it. So there's your switch for your refrigerator. This does have 200 watts of solar and an 1800 watt inverter and your 30 amp solar controller. So that's where you'll see your readings. You can see what the solar's doing up on the roof, how much charge you got on your batteries. Pretty handy. Over here to your right is going to be where your thermostat is. This does have a 13.5 BTU AC. This thing will put out some cold air for sure. And then you do get a furnace in this. It's not electric, it's a gas furnace. That's going to be a 20,000 BTU furnace. And it's all ducted, which I love. It's not just a small little box on the side. I noticed too that the vents are all in the side walls. I love when they do that because you don't have to worry about dirt or rocks and stuff falling into your floor vents and driving you crazy at night with the rattling. So all of your vents are on the wall and it's a ducted furnace. Plenty of plugs throughout the trailer. You have one right there underneath the countertop. You have one on the wall right there, right next to your couch. And then you have the ones over there on the bed on both sides. So pretty decent amount of USB-C and the standard plug. As we work our way back, we are going into the bathroom. I will say the bathroom is bigger in this than the front kitchen. So if you are looking for a little more space, you do tend to get a bigger bathroom when it's in the rear versus kind of like in the middle of the trailer. Check it out. Tons of room. So check out my front kitchen floor plan I did a couple days ago. You could see the difference in the bathroom. As you could see, You got the porcelain throne, so good quality toilet. That's usually something you need to change out when you first buy the trailer. Really great bathroom. So I always sit on the toilet. I encourage all of my listeners and subscribers to do that as well, just because the last thing you want to do is buy a trailer and realize your knees are going through the door. So there's the door closed. Pretty decent room. This is not bad. You got to keep in mind, this is only 20 feet and 7.5 feet wide. So they angled this toilet just a tad bit to give you room. So there's the shoulder room you got. This shower curtain, as you can see, it's like a material that's, it's not solid, so you can it gives you a little extra space, but it is not bad. I'd say most people would feel comfortable in this. Most of the ePro bathrooms are the same size. You do get a bigger one though when it's in the back. Tons of counter space for the bathroom. Look at all this counter space. So if you're someone that likes to bring your entire bathroom along, you got hair dryers, straighteners, makeup, whatever. You got tons of counter space. You got a plug right there and a decent size sink right there. Brush your teeth, wash your hands, do what you need to do. And then 2 mirrors. Dang, you got 3 mirrors in here. Look at all these mirrors. Plenty of mirrors to check yourself out. Deep medicine cabinet. That is huge. Usually you only get this small one that's like this. So plenty of space to bring all of your stuff along for the bathroom. Man, plenty of mirrors to see my hairdo. You got a towel holder right here. This does have the big fart fan. So max air vent, has 4 speeds. That thing pulls out some air. It's got the rain cover already on the roof outside, so you don't have to worry about not closing it. You do have a drawer, a sponge holder in here. I don't usually see sponge holders in the bathroom. I guess it could be, I don't know, you could use it for something. And then this is where your bypass valves or wiring and stuff like that. So there is no storage in that one, but they give you a lot of cabinetry. There's a vent blowing straight into the bathroom. Shower. Let's see the shower. So the shower, you do get, the shower is a little lower, like the roof is a little lower in the ePro. So if you're like 6'7", you'll probably have most issues with every trailer, but this one in particular, you'd probably not be super comfortable. So let me show you how much headspace I got. Ooh. You got to be careful with this bar. See how it's higher than, I'm taller than it. So that's how much headspace I got. I'm 5'7". It is not bad. I could live with this, but if you are taller, you're going to have to crouch or use the outside shower. So not bad. And then when this closes up, it's seamed up really nice. Let me show you. Let me turn you around without making you sick. So it's on a track. You see this? And it just sticks on. So it's all seamed up. You do not need to worry about water escaping on this shower. See how it's behind this railing right there? And then even below, it's below that railing right there too. So no water is going to escape in the shower. I think you'll be super comfortable. Show you again how much room I got. I mean, I can move around. This shower curtain is kind of bowed. So it's kind of like rounded. So it does give you a little more room. Shoulder room, elbow room. Right here, this is for dry campers. If you're a dry camper, this is a huge feature. This does have a shower miser. If you're someone that dry camps, first thing you do when you take a shower, you stick your hand out, you're waiting for the water to get hot. All of that water is being wasted. With this system, all you do is flip this to on. It'll circulate the water through the lines. Then you flip it up and it'll spit the water out. So really, really nice feature. You know, these tanks are only 31 gallons. I mean, not only, but they are smaller than the Microlite where you get a 54-gallon tank. So having that circulation to heat the water first is going to really be beneficial. It's not at a bad height, but you could take this off, reach those hard places. Let me show you how much floor space you got. So not terrible. It's going to be bigger than, a little bigger than the FK, 20 FK. Pretty standard bathroom. I love it. All right, let's talk travel mode. Travel mode. If you don't know what travel mode is, basically it's when you're going down the road and you need to take a pee really, really bad and it's an emergency. Can you get to the bathroom with the slide in? Well, this one is perfect. It is perfect in all the ways you need it to be. That slide comes into right about there where that plug is. You can access the bathroom, you can access the fridge, you can access the counter space. So if you're stopping off to get groceries, you can get in that fridge easy and load it up. If you have to go to the bathroom for an emergency, you can get to the bathroom. So travel mode, this is 100% perfect. If that's important to you, definitely consider this trailer right here. Down below, right here, you got your control panel. It's the new one that they're doing. I think they're kind of testing it out because they're not doing it in all of the floor plans. So far, I've seen it in this one and the 20FK and one microlight. So you have all of your readings. You put your slide in this way. You got your water heater, lights, and then it has this new system. Check this out. Watch, watch. Hey, Power Pro. How full are my tanks? I think I confused it. Hey, Power Pro. How full are my tanks?
Your gray water tank is empty.
Oh, I stopped it. So yeah, basically you have, it's like a Siri. You can have it turn down the lights. Like you could say reading a book and it'll dim the lights like a lot. Or you could say relaxation mode and it'll dim the lights a little bit. Really cool. So you can kind of utilize this if you don't feel like getting out of bed. But I don't know if I'm a fan of it, really. I kind of wish they would have put it towards something else because the trailer's super small. I mean, like, I can be lazy, but it's not that far to go turn the lights off. So I don't know. Some people are tech savvy. They like that tech stuff. I'm kind of just like, I want to hit a button and I'm good to go. So if you're tech savvy, that's pretty cool. It does a lot of other stuff as well. Like I said, the TV, I did not tell you this actually. This is a 12 volt TV, so it will run without being plugged into a generator or shore power. It's got all the apps ready to go, so if you have a series that you're addicted to, you could bring that along with you. Pretty nice trailer. What do you guys think? I'm curious. Go watch the 20FK and then let me know which one you guys like more. I'm kind of torn between the two because you get a ton of features in that front kitchen, and I love it that it's dual axle. If you like dual axle, the 20FK is the only one they make in the E-Pro that is dual axle, and it's only 21 feet. It's really cool. So we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna get into some construction throughout while we're outside, so stick with me. If you're looking for construction and quality information, we are about to do it. It even has the shade right here, so behind the screen. Does have a screen door right there, and then your shade. If we come to the front, so pretty standard stuff. You got an electric tongue jack right here, makes it easy to hook up, unhitch. You got a light, and then this does have a bike rack. It will hold 2 bikes and 80 pounds. I think it's like 80 pounds is what it can hold. On the E-Pro, you're getting 20-pound tanks. Microlight, you'll get 30-pound tanks. You got dual battery box, and it does have a battery disconnect, so that way when you're ready to store it, you can shut the batteries off. You have an additional solar plug, so if you wanted to add another one, you could. It's got the nice luggage latches. Check it out. And these just magnetically stick. Look at that storage. Really great storage. The door on the other side's a little smaller because I think the water heater's there. Okay, construction. This is one of the things I wanted to point out. Look at all of the aluminum. So this is a 6-side aluminum frame trailer, meaning the front wall, the back wall, the roof, the floor, and the side walls. There is no wood in the framing. And there is companies that do that, but remember when I told you to remember underneath the bed? Everything is aluminum that you sit on, stand on, or walk on. It's all going to be aluminum. Whereas most companies, when you open that area of storage, it would be wood. And you got to imagine, you sit on that constantly. You putting your shoes on or just sitting on it. That stress on the wood, I've seen it crack I've seen people crack their dinettes, and it is not cheap to fix. So Flagstaff goes a step further, and they aluminum frame everything. I think that's huge. So with that being said, when you're out looking at travel trailers, really ask the salesperson, is this 6-side aluminum framed? Because companies will put a sticker on the side of the trailer and it'll say aluminum framing. And a lot of times, if it's not 6-sided, it will be mixed with wood. So maybe the sidewalls will be aluminum and then everything else is wood. It's just something to consider, because if you're paying for it, I personally would want aluminum framing, the entire trailer aluminum, or if I was getting wood, I'd want it fully wood, not a mixture of both. Just keep track of what you're paying for on these trailers, because there's a lot of little things that you can't see. Nice slam latches, like I said. As we work our way to the left, the axles, as you could see, you got a nice big all-terrain tire, 15-inch tire. This does have never adjust brakes on it, and it is a torsion axle instead of leaf springs, so these axles will flex. You got to imagine how much is that going to help the frame of the trailer as you're driving down the road. So you hit a pothole, all of that stress is going to be transferred into the frame of the trailer. So not only is it aluminum frame, but it has the torsion axle, and that is going to handle really well on the road. It's supposed to not bounce around as much either, versus like the standard torsion axle. Over here you got this little railing. This is where your griddle will go, and then there's a plug down underneath, propane inlet. You got a little storage right here. I'm going to talk about the fiberglass here in just a second, working my way around. You got your city water and when you want to winterize it, and then your black tank flush to clean out your black tank, hot and cold water, outside shower. This does have the ladder already with it. A lot of companies aren't, they're having you buy that separate, so you can get on the roof, walk on it, fully walk on roof, and it is aluminum frame, like I said, on the roof as well. Get up there and check your solar. Not a super big slide, as you can see. This is a Schwintek slide. If you are curious about all the different slides, I did a video on that as well. It'll be in the description if you want to know which ones which ones to lubricate, which ones you don't lubricate. Also, if you could put it out partially or not. Some you can, some you can't. With both of those things. So go to my description, and there's a video down below that will give you some good tips on how to take care of your slide outs. There's your 6-gallon water heater, and that is why this door is just a little narrower. These are your docking lights. Look how nifty those things are. Pretty nice, huh? And that windshield, it is an automotive grade windshield. So like I said, I would get the protector over it just to cover it. So huge thing that Flagstaff does. The way these walls are made is basically you got a piece of fiberglass, not these walls. This is how they make trailers. So they got the fiberglass, and then behind the fiberglass you have a rigid block foam, and then you have aluminum. But before you get to that rigid block foam, they use either Luan or they use a type of composite. Sometimes it's called Asdel. The Luan is just basically a piece of wood, a thin sheet of wood. The newer method that they're using, which is the composite, that Asdel, is actually impervious to water, which is huge. So as you can see down here, there's actually a little guide or a little display of what happens when water starts getting into the walls. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it. So see how that trailer is starting to bubble? What that means is that water literally got into the walls somehow. You know, they are exposed to the elements for forever unless you have it in storage. Water has gotten in there, and now it's the Luan is literally separating. The walls are separating, and that is not what you want. That is delamination, and then that wood can get moldy. So they use that composite inside of these walls, and you can put this composite in water for months and it won't degrade it, it won't warp on you, it will not change. So like I said, it is impervious to water, but there's a lot of companies that are using that now. What's crazy about Flagstaff is they're doing it on the outside of the walls, and they are doing it on the inside of the walls. So you got double layered Asdel on this Flagstaff. Just overall, top to bottom, really nice coach. All right, guys, I hope that tour was helpful. Like I said, really good quality trailer from top to bottom. When I show these trailers, I really try to point out the things that you should look for when you're out looking at a trailer. And a lot of the time, those things that you're looking for, you can't see. It's the inside of the walls. It's how they hang the cabinetry. It's how they put the cabinetry together. So like I said, these are screwed together cabinets. They're hung with galvanized steel behind it. They got the hidden hinges, real wood cabinetry. Underneath areas that you can't see are aluminum framed, where most companies will be wood. You got double layered Asdel. So just a lot of things that you can't see as a consumer, Flagstaff is doing. A lot of other companies out there, they tend to cut those corners, and it'll look nice on the inside and the outside, but it's the things that you don't see. So just a little tip from me, if it matters, is just to ask the salespeople those questions, just so you know what you're paying for. If you don't need all of that stuff, ask them, and then you're not getting it. Or if you want that quality of construction, they can show you that. So there's a lot that goes into the trailers other than just how they look, and it all starts with how you're going to use it. If you're just a weekend warrior, you don't need anything that fancy. It might be better to go with like a Catalina that I sell. Those are around 15 to 18 grand. They're just more affordable. So just some tips from me. I did do some videos recently that talk about like the slide outs and stuff like that. So those will be in the description, because those are pretty important as well. If you're new to the channel, definitely stick around. I try to do a new tour every single day, whether it's a long form or a short form. Just hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so much. I'm located at Albuquerque RV in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Our phone number is down below. So call in. Just ask for me, please, because we're on a rotating list. You might not end up with me. Unless you don't want to work with me, that's cool too. We'll still be happy to help you. So yeah, tomorrow we'll be back with another tour, and you guys have a good evening.